Everyone. So it's day 98, and on the previous day, what we were looking for? We were looking for search APIs and user review APIs. So it worked well, right? We have almost to the part where we have almost completed that part. So let's get back to Jira first and check the task. Is it still pending? And then why it is pending? We will discuss over that as well. Is it not? If not pending, we will move to next part. So let's get back to Jira. So in the Jira, you can see we are in the API integration, and in there we were on the search part, and also we are in the user review part. So both are in progress now. Now let's get back to code and run both those things. Let's run the front end first. I hope till here everything is clear. So if you remember, we have done this part, but if you if you recall, you will find that there is not this function. There is this function. This whole code was there inside this. So I have just made a function. Why I made a function? So I have to require this access at outside as well, because I can change the code to send the data. Now let's see localhost running. So first thing we were doing on the search part. Let's say we did the search test. We got it. Now, earlier, if we are searching here, anything other than test, let's say GH, it was not searching. Now it is searching as well. It says error in response. But 404. So 404 is giving an error. But what we can do, we can make that changes here. Instead of 404, we can do one thing like in the backend code, we can say 200 itself, but in the format, in the message, 200, or let's say 202. And now with this, we have in the front end code, if response dot data. Let's see what happens. Let's search for something RT. It's not found, right? So it's showing Jack. So to remove this, let's remove this query first. TE, we found it. Does it send any API call TE. It receives. TE says 202. Why it says like that? Let's do this first. Let's see. So it says 200. And now if ST or SU, it changes. So what happens if it changes? It showing the previous data, but it's not so the previous data. Else item dot value is equals to an empty. Now let's say ST. Or TES. TE works. Alright. Now if you also remember we are marking it review, user mark for review, and again we do this, we do the same thing. Also it does the same thing 2 times. But that's not a good practice, right? It mark only once. If it's already there, it shows some different message. And where that we found it? We found it in the backend, in the user review. Although if user is found, same issue. But till further, let's do this. If user dot under review return message dot username is already marked for review, and this should be 201. There could be possibly same, there could be there, so let's mark it as 202. All right. but also we should make sure from the front end side. So how do we make sure that? Is there any data about the user? So let's see, when there is search, what we send? We send the status, not under review. It should also set under review. Now on the front end, whatever user ID we get, whatever user ID we get. So let's say for user ID in items.value, or loop for I in for I, let I equals to 0 comma I less than items dot value dot length. I plus plus. Now if dot value of I dot username double equals to user ID. And u of I dot under review is equals to true. Return window dot alert user already marked for review. But this should not be user. So let me make this like this way. And here I want Now let's say test already marked for review. Right? It isn't sending the API call. So we have worked on both the parts. So now both the task is now completed. Let's mark it complete. Now we have to move towards my post. So what happens? Fail to fetch. API my post. So API slash my post. It is correct. So it get the data where we have to work on. We have work on the front end part. It receives the data. It has items. For item in items. Here is I want something like console.log items, comma items.value. We are getting some error. But error is not from here, so error must be from API request. Console.log. Here, let's test that. Data is here is correct. So we know that the error is from here. So we can similarly use the search. Where is the search? Search view part. Whatever we receives. We received that, and now we got this. Also, you can see this three dot. Things we have resolved today, and it's been a long day. I hope you enjoyed the session of this 20 minute. So we will come back tomorrow and we will finish this part where we will solve all of these things. I hope you are enjoying the session. That's all from my side. Thank you.